Okay. Hi. Hello. Can y'all hear me? Hopefully. Yes. Yes. You can hear me. Cool. Okay. I did it tonight. I think it looks good. Okay. Let's get to work. Christmas stuff. I can go over here for now. Start hanging up sweatshirts. Well, I put it through the button so I can hear you and you can hear me better. Sorry. Just gotta disconnect from the phone. And Bluetooth. Save. Hello, hello, hello. Hmm. That's sad. It's okay. Anywho, I'm trying to fix my headphones. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, it says that you can hear me. Hello. Sorry. Settings. See. Okay, sound should come through on my radio, and you also hear me through my headphone. Okay. Let me turn on my lamp. The big light is kind of weird right now. Is this better? Do we like this better? I need to know what's put in this like black space, because right now it's just this guy. Da, 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 da. What was it? Oh yes, I am putting away stuff. Just trying to clean my room a little bit. This is a few people popping in, which is cool. I see y'all pop up, and then I'm like, oh hi. Ow! Hit myself in the head. At least this mask has pretty good vision, unlike some of my other masks. I just cracked my toes. Nice. Da-da-da-da. Finger down on the bottom one. It's a hooded sweater shirt. And then we can take and do this one. Go Patriots. Y'all can feel free to chat, by the way. Come on. Where are they? Right there. Da-da-da-da. Hello, y'all. Ah, sleeve got stuck. I can't make the words bigger. I can't see y'all from a distance. Let me add text box. Add text. I gotta set it up. La 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 la. That was fun. La 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 la. I want one I can read. Hmm. Love this one. And look, there we go. That's fun, right? Okay, back to what I was doing. Putting stuff away. La, 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 la. Hello. Ah, string put away. This minor. This is a lot. I see people make like cut off shirts. What if you made a cut off sweatshirt? I feel like that would be interesting. Because then it would be an off shoulder sweatshirt and you wouldn't be like freezing per se. I still want one more sweatshirt, Connor. Am I missing a coat hanger or did my mom take some to bring downstairs? Hmm. There's gotta be one hiding in here. Is this because I hung up some of my tanks? This is a summery dress. I'm gonna put it in my box of Christmas stuff because it'll come out during the summer anyway, and I'll check it to see if it actually has summer stuff in it. I don't really wear dresses anyway, unless my parents highly suggest I do. Ugh. Anywho, there we go. Here. I wish I could like drown the chat with these joined things. I can increase the size. Here we go. Look, I can read y'all now. I can read it. Yes. For a moment. I like playing with this PC in my hair. I got because I've had it for a long time. I don't know where my other two went, but this one's rainbow, so I like it. Mm-hmm. That's right. So high. You tell me I want some more. That's right. So high. You tell me. Leggings? Oh wait, I like to hang this shirt up. Let me start by putting away these two ticks. This drawer. This is my PJ drawer. So PJ pants holder. That was my Snoopy pair. How did I get rid of my Minions pair? They didn't fit anymore. They were kind of short on my legs. And I was like, you grew out of those. So, yeah. Oh, I just found an itch cream packet. That's cool. That'll be helpful next time I have mosquito bite because I know they love me. This hat can go in this bottom drawer. So can this ear fit? Got a bunch of socks. Here's some Christmas ones. Into the box they go. Long, short, short, ankle. So I'm gonna put them as the short. So the long, short, short, long, fluffy. Put them away. The fluffy will go with the long ones. Because fluffy ones are kind of long, I guess. All the short ones go in the front, long ones go into the stack. These are my St. Patrick's ones. They're crabs with clovers. They're long. It's more fluffy. Short, long, short, short. I got an excessive amount of socks. But that's because I keep them until they've got like holes in them. This is a pear. I like how it doesn't pick up my breathing. Or at least it says it doesn't. Couldn't be said I like that it doesn't. Because it bothers me when you guys can. Because I know it annoys me. Some PJ t-shirts. I don't think anyone's awake, but I'm gonna keep going to check my wrist, but my hip is dead. It's been dead. Ah, stuff falling over. Sorry. Okay. Put this stuff away real quick. This is a pillowcase. This can go in my closet. I'm not the biggest fan of pink, despite every wall in this room being pink. Not always it was by choice, so I was kind of a child. And that doesn't quite matter, because I'm at college. Why would I need to repaint my room? I am back for good right now, though. Also, it's not my house. I don't get to do whatever I want. Not your house, not your rules, or whatever. I'm still here, don't worry. I'll be right back. I'm just off camera at the moment, putting the thing away. You don't need to see every piece of my laundry. Hee hee hee. Ho, 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 ho. It's a shirt I like to wear, so I want to put in my closet. Another pair of joggers, cargos, and jeans. There we go. Falling over. My apologies. Empty basket. I would say this is more of a summer dress. It's a thinner fabric, comes down in the front, has a hole there, has short sleeves, and is to the knee. So this can go in the box to be taken out in the summer months. And this can be hung in my closet. Boom. I'm kind of tired of throwing out my shirts, especially the ones that I wear. So I cut this one tonight on the back and the front. You can see on the front. They're not very well on camera. You see like the little stars I made on the front. I go 1, 2, 3, and then there's the back. Mm-hmm. Sorry, just adjusting the mask. 34. What does that mean? What does that mean? There's, y'all are scaring me. I've never had that many people looking at me. That's not true. I've never had that many people online looking at me. Hi. How are y'all doing? Okay. Uh, we're cleaning my room. Y'all must have saw me talking to myself. I'm gonna go shut my soft door. There we go. Oh, forgot to put this in my closet. I put it down earlier when I went over to put socks away. Sometimes I just forget stuff. Most of the time I just forget stuff. Um, yeah, okay. So I think the box that goes underneath my bed is finally packed, but I'm not gonna put that away till I'm done cleaning my room because I know I might find something. Sure, the box usually just has clothes in it, but I have that feeling. I have that feeling where I think I'm forgetting something. I always get that feeling. It's so strong of a feeling all the time where I know I'm forgetting something. Like, I think I'm crazy, but I know I'm forgetting something. And then I usually am. It's like, that's what I was forgetting. Yeah, yeah. Anywho, um, let's see. Here's a big box of notes. Lovely, isn't it? I got all my vet science notes and flashcards in there and drawings. This is the craft I want to work on when I'm done cleaning my room. I did say I'd do a craft. Speaking of crafts, I should put away the stuff I used to cut my shirt. I don't have a home for these yet. Or this. This was sitting in the hallway. Actually, I can lower y'all a little bit so you can see me. Hi! We're on my floor. See? Oh, I can show you my walking thing. We... Oh, anywho. Stop getting distracted. Okay. Let's see. A lot of plants over here. What if I put my scissors in the jar? Okay, that's okay. I kind of want to... I don't have a spot for this. This is from last school, when I graduated after last school year. Yay. From high school. Sticker's still on. It says $1.99. It's definitely deflated a little bit, maybe? I don't know. I'll put it next to my Squishmallow. And ruler. Go up here for now. And these are my earbuds. I'll put them on my nightstand. Pardon me. Out of the way. In. Out. In. Out. Put my rings away. Oh wait, I wanted to keep this one out. So I'll just put it in my ring dish. And this one can go in my ring dish for now. This can go into my craft supply store. This is just some chalk, that's okay. Hat, gloves, hat. Stick them in the drawer. Cool. These are my work gloves. I kind of need them out and about. And they can go out here for now. Oops. Sorry, boss. Put my phone over there. Y'all still watching me. Wow. I don't think I'm that entertaining, but okay. Happy to have y'all. Oh yeah, I didn't TW glass, TW alcohol. I don't know. These I didn't know I had shot glasses, but I have chicken ones. See, I found them on my chicken shelf, and I was like, wow. I'm gonna bring one of these to college. So, yes. And then these can go on this shelf. With the bug spray and other stuff. This is a receipt for samples. What did I get? Oh, this is when I had movie night with my friends. Okay. I don't need this anymore. And let's see. This ribbon can go into the scrap drawer. my other mittens. Scrap them. But not. Oh, sorry, dude. Anywho. I got my change device. Let me get my change box. I collect change. But there's a. Oh, I'm tripping. Hold on, Ricky. Say hi to Ricky. Look, he has no toes, just like in real life. Or rest in peace. Yeah, I know. He was a good rooster. Y'all can see what I'm doing. I should probably put my face in it a little bit. Oh. I'll shove it into the side here. Nickels are a little hard to get into. Close it here. See, I had them all in with my trinkets that I brought back from college, and I was trying to sort them last night. I was like, wow, I have a lot of money in this. Like, it's just change that I pick up. Love change. If you see me, I love change. Pennies are my least favorite. Don't. I know, they're getting rid of the pennies. They're just my. No, I'd say dimes are my least favorite. They're the ones I don't collect. I think I have like one dime I've ever collected, maybe two. So here's my correction. My least favorite metal is copper. That doesn't mean penny is my least favorite. I shouldn't discriminate pennies just because they're copper. Yada yada. I just don't really like copper because of its smell, taste, and the sound of metal. Ugh. I'm just like talking right now so I can hear myself instead of this coin box. Otherwise, boy, I'm going crazy right now, aren't I? Taking one coin at a time. Shoving them all in. One after the other. One at a time. Isn't this fun? Right? You almost love watching me do this. By the way, I also figured out that this thing is real-time viewers, so happily ever after, I am talking to myself right now. Unless someone actually enters the chat. The other one is total views, as in total people who have clicked onto this live or scrolled by. Which I appreciate. Pardon me. Oh, it's up there. Which I appreciate, as I was saying. I should also find my key collection, because I have some keys I found. Well, this thing is now full of change. Oh, we got some more. Is that it? Okay. Full of change. These severs will go. These went to my head thing for band. Not mine personally. They're owned by a school. I just collected them when they fell off when I had a chance to grab them. You know, now that I think about it, these might be mo. This might be a moped key. I found it in the laundry room and left it there for like the last month before winter break, and no one came to claim it. But seeing this other key here, I'm thinking no one came to claim it because they went and got a new key for their dorm. This is probably a dorm key. It says Defiant on it, which is cool. But it has numbers and it's like a house kiosk type thing. So I think it might be a dorm key. Just gonna put it over here next to the pet rock that is something years old because I found it in a jar of googly eyes. I got this pin. I got that for free at a thrift store because they're like, it doesn't have a back. You can have it. Which was very nice of them. I'm gonna put it in my pin collection. So, there we go. Too bad I don't have the back for it. I don't think I have any extra backs. Unless I take them one off another one. I got some pins up here too that I want to put on my school bag. This sharpener can go in the tools. Oh wait, put this ruler up here too. Okay. My apologies. I keep going off camera, which is probably not nice to y'all. Yeah, and I made this like bird type thing out of 3 different zippers. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna put it in my craft drawer. I organized these drawers, which is nice. Rock, rock. Rock's gonna go with the fish tank.
Pictures are supposed to be at 5.
I hear my brother outside. It's okay. He was probably downstairs, and now he's up here. Oh yeah. Okay, this is a fortune. It says, "Don't forget that life is an ever-evolving journey." I have a small collection of fortunes because I need to keep them. So that will go with that. This stuff. That's some glass. So we'll have to go by glass to rock tumble. I got some pendants. This thing, I think it's the bottom of the chair in all honesty. Arrowhead. But like, my apologies, but language. This thing kind of looks like spoke bit to a bike wheel. I got some track spikes and all this stuff. Some bolts. Button. One of these little chains, which are cool usually. My wrist is too big for it. This earring. This is the flannel ring. I'll put it over here in my drawer. Nothing to hear. Whether for crafting or scrapbooking. What this thing? Kind of looks like cheese grater. It's funny. Lego. I made a bunch of these little like plastic bits that are kind of like googly eyes. I have to glue to them. You need to put a backing on them and a little bead inside. Okay. This will go with my earrings that don't have a trend. Right here. And then also take these pendants, which I'll show you real quick. We got this one, which says Boston. I believe it's made out of quarter, and it has a palm tree on it. Real interesting. Here's one of two crosses. Very like ordained looking this one is. Looks like if it had gems on it, they were torn off, which is another interesting thing. And then I found this one in the gym when I was over by the weights. This one was like underneath the rack, and it's broken, but it has the little hole, so I feel like you could still do something with that. Someone probably tore it off, snapped it when they were picking up or putting down weights and couldn't find it. Which is sad, but I got an eye for shiny stuff, so I found it. Of course. Hey, I say these Legos will get put downstairs. There's a few stuff that's going downstairs, but it's okay. You know? Oh, I just saw a little heart. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I see more hearts. Whoa. Thank you, Chew Toy. Slash Scout. I think I'll do Scout. Because that's little. Or Chew Toy. It says either or, I guess. Thank you. Oh, you're still liking it. Wow. You're the first person to like it. You're still liking it. Thank you. I'm just cleaning my room right now. I don't know if I'll get to crafting, but I do have it right here to do. So it'll sit right there until I'm done cleaning my room, because I kind of have to do that. Like notes to put away and stuff. This project. I know. I need interaction. So far, I've just had people swear at me. Uh, yeah, it's okay. I'm at least having fun cleaning my room. I like cleaning it. It makes me feel less stressed out. Uh-huh. I know. I'm happy you're liking my stream though. Happy you're interacting too and like commenting. Uh, oh, these are animal science tests. These can go in my box of notes. Oh, my day's been good. Yeah. Uh, I fed and watered the chickens. The cats that are outside were letting me pet them, and I was playing with a toy with them, so they were getting some exercise in, so they were having fun. How was your day? Have you had a good day? Yes, I have chickens. I have like 15 or 6. It fluctuates. One of they kind of escape and then they come back. But like, I love them so much. I have a swing in the pen so that I can like sit in there with them. But it's kind of cold out, so I haven't been doing that because I don't want to damage anything in the cold weather. Your sister came to visit? That's awesome. Did you have fun? Did you have did you have fun hanging out with your sister? She brought cookies. Were they chocolate chip or were they like fudge cookie? Cookies are good. I like the double chocolate chunk ones that my meme makes. I should do a basement trip these days. I'll probably do that when I get back to college. From in, in oh, insomnia. Wow, I can't talk. Took me a minute to read it. They're chocolate chip. Chocolate chip are good. Those are a solid choice of cookie. You know, chocolate chip, like the recipe for those cookies were made by mistake. Like someone just accidentally dropped chocolate into their cookie batter, and it was like sugar cookie batter or something. Like that's the first recorded time someone ever made chocolate chip cookies, and they're like, "Wow, that tastes good." So, little fun fact. I know this because I have a book about the history of chocolate, and it's in the book. I did an English project on that book because I didn't want to read something I didn't like, so I was like, I like chocolate. And then my final project was I made a video of me baking one of the recipes in the back of the book. I made a chocolate rum cake, which was interesting because this was the eighth grade and the rum wasn't cooked out of the cake. You like mixed it with the cherry sauce from those jarred cherries, and then you like pasted it on the cake so that the cake itself soaked it up. It was really good. There was not enough rum on it to be effective at anything like that, so figure that's something to mention. We have chickens. I got chicken signs, like stickers for my car. So I'll put my journal. This is on my bookshelf. Like that. That's this bookshelf. Double popsicles were made during the Great Depression. Oh, that's cool. Wait, do you mean like the ones with the two popsicle sticks in it and then you snap it apart? Or am I thinking of something else? Yeah, yeah, okay. That's cool though. Did they have ice back then? Well, they must have because popsicles are just ice. I know ice was a luxury back then, not like that was that long ago, but you know what I mean. Not everyone had like a freezer, so that must have been like a type of luxury having ice in the Great Depression. So that must have been a nice treat to have. I gotta, oh, come on, don't fall over. A bunch of doodles in this book. Oh, This is a gold cardboard craft. This is for a game I was making. So many things are made by accident. It's kind of amazing, actually. Like, chainsaws weren't originally for cutting wood either. That's another thing. That, like, the conclusions people come to, like, for stuff. I just found a card that says ratology on it. Ratology. Solutions for rodent control. I think that was from a field trip I went on. What is this? Ooh, shiny. What's in the bag? Can I open it? It's a manual. Manual for manual stuff. For a jet thing. I'll put that for bookshelf. Oh, remember these agenda books they used to hand out in like elementary school? Oh, my history of chocolate book. Let me find it real quick. It's on my bookshelf that I keep talking about needing to put stuff on. I'll grab it real quick. I suggest like reading it because it is a really interesting book and it comes with chocolate recipes in the back. Uh, I like the part about where they explain how M&Ms were invented as well. They were invented for the war because soldiers would take uh like a candy and put it like between put chocolate between it to like not let the chocolate melt on their hands, but enjoy the sweet snack of the sugary outside candy. I really like that fun fact because then M&Ms were made off of that idea. But here's the book with my bookmarks from the 8th grade. See? Great moments in chocolate history. They got like 10 or so recipes in the back on the acknowledgements page. See, they got chocolate tiramisu, uh, homemade chocolate syrup, cho chicken with mole sauce, Kuna cacao, and banana drink. So it's like not just sweets either. Like, sure, chocolate itself is a sweet, but like it got like a dinner meal, it got like drink, it got cakes, other sweets. Great moments in chocolate history. Really good read. I read the whole thing for that project and made my teacher. Yes, it is a German Shepherd. My friend made it. My friend Arrow made it. Uh, let me grab my phone real quick. My phone was over here charging. I feel like when I clean, I just move stuff around and then it becomes a death trap in here. Sorry. Um, I just wanted to look up the exact tag. Yeah, of course, Face ID isn't gonna work. Um, yeah, they go by Arrow, but their tag is Arrow the Therium 5. They've been banned like 4 times. But so yeah. They did a really good job. I like the eyes the most. It's got great vision. This is my sand art box. This is my basket flats. Um, these are notes. Let me stare at yourself. Siberia Club. Notes, 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 notes. Oh, footprint map. Oh, I can't make masks yet, Ivor, so don't worry, you're not alone. My first attempt of a mask, I tried making out of a ice cream cone box and the painter's tape, but it wasn't like the blue painter's tape, it was like the tan one. It just peeled apart and I had to hide it from my family. So you're not alone in that boat, so don't feel alone. Uh, so many mask tutorials out there too. I'd say just take notes for when one day you can get the chance to make a mask so that you know what you want to do. But it also probably won't come out perfect the first time. Same goes with like yarn tails too. Sometimes just takes practice. Oh, look, my personal information. And there's bookmarks in the back. This is from 2020. Wow. I think we got this in the mail. See? Oh, money. That's always a big thing. I also know what you mean, because as a college student, I don't really have money for anything. Um, put that to be recycling. And this can be recycling too. It's always good to save your money, though. I try to save it, but when you're in college, it's hard to save money when the college likes to take the money. What was I doing? Oh, I don't really. This poster was made by the track team for me my senior year. Uh, my mom already has those photos in her little files and such, so I'm just gonna put this poster for recycling. There's letters missing, and I didn't really have a big part on the track team, so it's okay. I'm just surrounded by the stuff I'm going through and organizing. Did you try laminating them? Sometimes, if you don't have a laminator, you can go to your public library, and they often have a laminator that you can use. And if you have a library card, they'll probably let you do it for free. This needs to on the shelf. The laminating stuff often increases the strength and also can make it more durable and waterproof. So usually I suggest laminating stuff that you paper stuff that you use for quads. I don't have enough room on my bookshelf for this stuff. I like a good pile of stuff in this book. I'd say the most important thing on that list is a dream. Because if you have a dream, where there's a will, there's a way. Pencil case. pencil case. Craft box. Mini notebook. Craft box. Agenda from from the 8th grade. Wow. They're cute just to have on. I don't think you should be upset about having them on or having them. And just being able to have them on, they are usable because you're using them in some way. So I think it's cool that you made them and have them. Gear isn't really a requirement. I have this mask on because I don't like to show my face. That's why I like how the snout kind of has this angle and can kind of even hide my lower half of my face as well. Sure, like from a lower angle of the camera. Maybe when you get more duct tape, you can make another one. I'm trying to see what year this is. It's still cool that you have them. Whoa, I just looked at my like count. Did you do all that? Because I saw you liking. That's a lot of likes. Thank you. You're such a nice person. I like having people like you around. One, I'm not talking to myself right now. Two, you're such a good, like, kind and welcoming person to have around. I'm gonna put this agenda in the recycling because it's from 8th grade and has nothing of importance in it. Let's see. Notes, notes. I know I have doodles in these notes somewhere. Thank you. This is what I mean about you being such an awesome person. You're encouraging and welcoming. Whoa, what is in this spider? Oh, that's what's in here. Bacon. Ah, stuff on. Get back here. I wonder if one of these binders of notes has my sophomore year biology project I've been looking for. It got these doodles of chickens, and I just want to find it. Bacon. I don't know why I doodle some stuff. That doodle was, there wasn't even a picture of bacon there. It was just the word bacon with doodle and lines around it. Here's my yearbook that I helped make because I was in yearbook class for my senior year. My Now in my pile of yearbooks. Oh, that's my chicken book. This was my favorite book when I was little. And first chicken book. So it's going on the bookshelf. Yearbooks can go on the hallway bookshelf, actually. Ooh, if you get like dowels, which are just like wood sticks, or uh, some wire of some sort, you could probably line it through the inside to make it a little more durable. And then it would sit more straight. And if you can't find a like normal dowel, stick, you could take a stick from outside, let it soak it in uh a, like water with salt in it to like get any bugs or germs or anything bad off of it so that it doesn't make your mask rot, and then you can use that stick once it dries out using nature. Uh, I'm sorry, I just thought of something. Sometimes you'll say something and then I'll like say some way. It's just my mind trying to make it. Okay, I feel like I keep saying something after you say something, like maybe some way changing, and I apologize about if I say anything that is implies changing something that you've done, because anything you do probably comes out really well to begin with. I always do these little suggestions on stuff. Never someone mentions something though. Weird quirks. Quirks. Quarks. Quartz. That's the word? Is it right now? Is that it? Yeah. I think I said it right that time. Anywho, blah 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 blah. Look at me talking. Okay, good. Good. Happy you like suggestions. Do I don't have room on my bookshelf, so these books are just gonna sit here for now. This is one of my books. These are my SAT notes. And these are vet science notes, I think. English. What is this button for? Sorry, I keep making sure I check. Memorial school. Middle school. What is this? Book of Minerals and their Identification. Oh, this was when I used to play school with my brother. I think that's a good idea because the reason why my parents are okay with this mask and any other masks I have is because I collect them. Like I have a Spider-Man mask, I have this German Shepherd mask, I have a Plague Doctor mask, I have like glasses and mask combo I do. I when I first started making like quadropic videos, I would take a headband and this infinity scarf and I could see through the infinity scarf, so I tuck it up behind the headband so then it would cover my face like a little shawl thing. So like collecting masks is why my parents are okay with me having a German Shepherd mask and any animal masks I get in the future. Uh, my brother, on the other hand, like, so I am part of the furry community. I am a furrian, yada yada. My brother likes to yell furry at me sometimes, so that's always fun. Yeah, that makes sense. There's always the chance it might. You never know unless you tell like them something, how they'll react. Actually, you probably would know because I know my parents wouldn't react well to me saying that I'm a fairy or a furry. Um, that they're okay with me collecting the masks and like my arts and crafts stuff. I've always loved crafts, so my room is just full of craft stuff. This, I think I'm going to get rid of. That can go there. That can go there. That can go there. Open. This is, what is the last? This. Okay. This can go here. What type of mask were you thinking of making, though? Or like species? Oh, it's fine. My DMs are always open if you ever need to vent about anything, by the way. I try to be a safe space for people. I don't like to go spreading rumors or lies or things that may make other people uncomfortable. There's like, I don't talk in any of my videos on this account. Um, and if I do talk, it's like about my animals on my main account or about random stuff that's recycling. Yeah, I understand that. Okay, this is recycling. This is recycling. I think this book was just full of recycling stuff. Pardon me. What's that cup? More recycling. Look, hall passes. More recycling. This is someone else's book because they lost my book in filing that year. Fun school system. Oh, yes, they are fluffy, except when they peck the feathers off of each other's back. But that hen has had her feathers growing since then. And the reason that they pecked the feathers off was because my dad threw some chicken scratch in there and it landed on top of her. And they were like, food, yummy, and accidentally pecked the feathers off with the food. They're not the brightest animals. Nutrition, veterinary science, clinical autonomy. Oh, get back here. Uh, bone markings. Oh, that's sad. Does your uncle keep snakes or were they like garter snakes? But that's also sad that he would do that if like they were pet chickens that you have. Hi, Aaron. thought that they were wild snakes, but he was just feeding chicks too. But hi, Arrow, how you doing? Ooh, pumpkin dog treats. There's that recipe. I'm doing good. I'm having fun. I'm just trying to. I'm for my vet science notes at the moment, but I'm trying to clean my room a little bit. And rather than talking to myself, I'm talking to y'all. Thank you for liking the live. I think I have notes on it, but I'm gonna keep it. Body conditioning scoring for horses. Body conditioning scoring for dogs. Horses again. Clinical procedures practice. Paper. I'm happy you're doing good. Yeah, my school library didn't have many as well. So it's always good to like ask like maybe your science teachers or see online resources. That's usually where I find them. Or if you have a Tractor Supply near you or any animal feed store, sometimes, most of the time, they'll have a section where they have books about animals. And that's where I found a few of my books as well about animals. Nutrients classification, notes on nutrients, lessons for food nutrients. Okay, so these are all vet science kits. That's so cool. What's your favorite dog breed? I have like three top breeds myself, but what's yours? Newfoundland. That's a good breed. Sorry. I should probably drink water. I keep talking, and it's just making my voice. Let's clap for Newfoundlands. Clapping. Yes. We love the fluff. We love the fluff. The shedding. The shedding like makes like corners full of like the fur, and then I have to vacuum. We have like two Labrador retrievers, so like the fur, because like the double coated breeds, they usually shed a bit, but we love the fluff. We love it. That box of notes is very chock full. Okay. Uh, yeah, usually breeders overprice their dogs when they are selling them, especially as puppies, because people love puppies. I bet if you were to check out shelters, you might or like if you let your shelter know and give them your email, they can uh you can ask to be emailed or maybe called if you give them your number if they have a breed of dog come in that you're interested in. Because I know shelters are usually always up to having uh animals taken out of their custody and sent to good homes because they usually are very full of sorry, I should probably go drink water. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Do you remember what I was saying beforehand? Yeah, you're right. Oh, you also said that you're in the desert, and usually those thicker coated breeds don't do very well down there or over there. Because the drier climates, not only the drier climates and hotter climates, they can get heat exhausted very easily. Wow, you can start to hear my voice though. Okay, I need to get a drink of water real quick. My apologies. Oh yes, shelters. Um, Shelters often want to get their dogs to good homes, and they are also often over uh stocked with dogs. There's a lot of stray dogs, and they're always getting brought in and needing treatment. Okay, it says water did help. Put it right there. Sorry. Yeah, I agree. My chickens kind of pay for themselves with the eggs. I also sell their eggs. We have two dogs, and one is a young female who, in about a year, will be able to breed because we have plans to breed her. And our other dog already has the paperwork to breed her. He's a male Labrador. So my parents hope to sell the puppies to good homes. When you live on like a farm like place, you kind of want things to rotate. Like the chickens, they're not only do I sell eggs, I also use their poop in my garden, which really helps as fertilizer, or I supply the poop to other people as fertilizer. Yeah, that often happens with dogs. Oh, this is some of my doodles. We're keeping this. Um, if you're not paying attention to a dog, it's hard to keep. Usually, what I like about where we got our dog Gunner, uh, Chihuahua, Pit Bull, and Labrador. Wow, that's a combination right there. That's three different groups. That's a retriever, a terrier, and I forget what group the Chihuahua is. These bunch of different personalities, different sizes, different needs. I can only imagine what must be going up in your dog's head. Recycling. Like a paperclip. Boo. Buzz, buzz, I'm a bee. Oh, buzz, buzz, I'm a bee. Buzz, buzz. Oh, I bet he suffers from anxiety. It's a doodle. We're keeping the doodle. Yeah, but like, all that going on. It's no surprise that he's like that. He was kind of bred poorly. How did Chihuahua get in that mix? Chihuahua had to have been a male. I don't, Chihuahuas being, if a female Chihuahua was bred with a large dog, there would have been so many complications with that birth. I can only imagine. That's recycling. Sorry, I really think like of this stuff. I'm an animal science major, if that says anything about me. Just figured I'd say, well, what is this? Oh, this is for a project. I can keep it. I'll put it in my notes. Came from interesting people, and his litter was free. We didn't pay them. Okay. So the people probably didn't mean to let their dogs breed, and the litter must have been an accident, because that's often what happens in those situations where the dogs got mixed up and shouldn't have been mixed up, and they didn't fix, neuter, spay their dogs, and the dog got impregnated, and they're like, what do we do with these things we don't want? And what did they do? They set them for free. Recycling. 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 What time is it? 11:09. I'm sure he's a sweetheart. Though dogs have their quirks, they always have beautiful personalities if you look for that. If you know where to look and how to treat them properly, you'll see their beautiful personalities. Chemistry notes. Wow. See, that's the anxiety and antisocialness you were talking about, probably. Well, this is a note I put in my locker when they were going to clean it up. Okay. Wow, I went through a lot of stuff. This has gone very well so far. Hi, Grace. How are you doing tonight? Recycling. How are you doing tonight? No, that's a common thing for dogs to do, or like they happy pee. My brother-in-law's dog likes to happy pee. Nice to hear you're doing good, Grace. Bounce. Happy you're doing good. Fix my mask again. Okay. Nothing important here. English folder. I'm just gonna put this in binder of notes. Doodles. Oodles of doodles. Do y'all like doodling at school? I doodled quite a bit at school. Probably not as much as other people, but quite a bit. Um, hmm. Matchbox. Sorry, my parents are coming up. 1 minute. Hey y'all.
What's this new one?
This is mine.
Why do you have a camera tripod set up?
I just have it out of the way because I'm cleaning my room. This is recycling. This isn't mine.
Oh, whose is that?
Yours. Sorry.
What's all that? Attic?
Um, this is my box of like reward awards,
Oh,
like
okay.
my wrestling medals and ribbons and whatever. Yeah, not in my room.
No, not you.
Sorry.
Yeah, what's in the blue bag?
Oh, that's the stuff I got for Christmas. I remember when I had the interview in my room. I I had moved it into a collective thing. I can put it back in here. I'm just trying to clean. I've been cleaning for a while. Ow! What did I just step on? A sliver.
Downstairs.
I'm going to the dirt. You can't hear. They can't see y'all. Sorry. Does it look good so far? You like how my room's clean? Look, that's all recycling. You okay? Oh. I'll finish up, Mom. Good night. Yep. I need to make my bed though. I can make it real quick. Bye. My door closed. Sorry, y'all. I'm still here, don't worry. Whoa, 2,000 likes? Thank y'all. Backtracking. Yeah, hello, well, that's cool. A lot of dogs in the terrier group often get judged or mixed up with each other way too much. Sorry, I'm gonna put my pillow in my pillowcase. And not to be disrespectful, but my camera is turned down because I don't have a mask. moment. I like to put the tag side of the pillow in first because then it doesn't bother me at night. Yeah, sometimes cats are a little moodier or antisocial than dogs, so it makes sense why many people like dogs more than cats. This pillow here, fun fact, is the pillow I got for dressing up as a mattress for a day and dancing on the side of the main street. Main, we got this cat outside, one of the wildcats that looks like a Maine Coon. The poor thing's fur is so matted though. I wish he would let me go near him to like brush him or something, but he's way too skittish. I bet if his fur was brushed out though, he'd be gorgeous. Uh, Let's go over here. Where did I put that magic box? You must get a lot of droughts where you live. You said you live in like a desert, right? This magic box. Oh, it went poof. No more magic box. La da da. Oh, it's up here. Found it. Is it a box? It's a box. Where's my box? Another box. You must be at south, like southwest. Because I think they're having that issue out there. Smudge. Ah, makes sense. Sorry. Whoa. I forget what our record um heat wave is up here. But I know we have like really cold weather sometimes, and then like spring weather. It's like middle of winter. I live in New England, New Hampshire area, so we get that sort of stuff, which is everything. We get everything somehow. I'll put this box under my bed tomorrow. Um, we cleaned up a lot of stuff. Uh, here is a third of a laundry basket of recycling material, nearly all paper goods. And I might break it down and burn it to use the ash in my garden. If my dad lets me use the fire. So it hasn't rained in a little bit up here. And you know it's winter. That means there's no leaves on trees. So stuff. More craft stuff. Um, looks like I won't get to do this tonight. And these stickers I can put in the box that they can go into tomorrow. I'll put them in this jar for now, so that they don't get swept away or eaten by the cat. And I got a recipe. I'll put my books. Also, those are my books. Okay. Now, I have this cardboard that I used so I didn't cut my shirt the wrong way. 125. That's still pretty hot. I hope you're doing okay. Make sure you wear sunscreen. Oh, I bet. I bet if you like made like covered a box with like tinfoil and sat in it, you'd roast like a turkey. You know what I mean? Like a turkey on Thanksgiving Day. You just cook. That's a good thing. Another good thing. Though some people would argue that because if they're off the endangered list, then people start to hunt them. Which is why many places still have laws against hunting them, but then people go out to sea and go, hey, a turtle. We're not in the territory that has the law anymore because we're out to sea. And then it's like, why? Why are you hurting the thing? We finally got to be okay again. It makes no sense. I know, right? This isn't the only animal that this is happening with. Like wolves, people, wolves and like bears. They're being, people are like, oh well, they're starting to return. You're starting to see them. We're starting to see eastern wolves again up in New Hampshire and Vermont and Maine. So if they're back, then they should be off the list. We should be allowed to hunt them. Yada yada. Why are we doing this when we're finally getting them back? And like brown bears and black bears, people are saying the same thing. Oh, these parks and other places, they're protected in these areas, so they're returning and we're finally starting to see them, but they're in our backyards, they're in our streets, they're in our cities. So that's a problem. No, it isn't. You're the one living in their area. I know, right? Ugh. Some people are just, these are the people I call crazy myself. The people who think it's a good idea to hunt these animals that shouldn't be hunted. Like, I understand hunting deer because people eat the venison and there's a hunting season for them so that their population never decreases past a certain amount. Even then, there's still rules about it, like you can't hunt them when they're such and such age because if they have the rack and there's only so many points or it's only so wide apart, then you can't kill that animal and it's usually the hunter's call. And then if they do kill it, then they get in trouble. And they also require a tag. It's like I understand stuff like that, but this is why I am going for animal science major because I want to work in the animal science field, in the animal field. Hands-on is my main goal. I don't want to be stuck in an office all day. I love animals, I love insects, I love plants. I want to be out in the outdoors doing something. Polar bears, they do have trouble cooling off. This is why they do so well in the cooler weather. It's like the ice caps melting and land for them to live on being scarcer and more harder the terrain with their main sources of food like seals or walruses that come up through holes in the ice to rest on the ice. Like, have you, trigger warning if you do look it up, but if you ever want to like look into like the how the climate change melting the ice caps and all that is affecting walruses, they don't have the ice to crawl up onto. So when walruses are trying to find some safe land to rest themselves on, they end up having to climb up these rock cliffs, which they also end up tumbling down and not usually surviving. It makes me so sad too, and it makes a lot of people uncomfortable watching it, but that's just the reality of what's happening, and it's really bad. So, if it makes you uncomfortable at all, I don't suggest looking it up, but if you ever feel like researching it, that's a real interesting but sad place to look. Move that out of your way. We do have to find a balance. The problem is humans' population keeps increasing, but it's also very cool to like hurt other people. Um, and there's always this weird blurred line between right and wrong. AI is a really good place to start. Um, there are many ways you can fight against it. One being just not using it. If you don't give them your the fact that you're using, if you don't use it, then that's one less place it's being like supplied to. You know what I mean? So that's a good way to start. I myself don't use AI. Um, so many things have it now. It's so bad. I know, right? It's like an epidemic. Sorry. Uh, the fact that AI is on so many applications is, like I said, like an epidemic. I'm hoping it cools down at some point when people realize that, oh, just because we have AI doesn't mean we can make money. I feel like if people realize that, then they'll cool down a little bit. I know, right? Mm-mm. You ever get put on hold and like you're like, I just want to talk to a human. Like, I don't care if I can barely understand them or they barely understand me even. Let me speak to an actual person. Oh my God, make so many mistakes. And like the little AI blip that comes up when you Google something, and like you're usually wrong. I looked up myself once and you said I played the clarinet. Never touched a clarinet in my life, which was interesting. So like, I don't usually trust it. So many problems that completely outweigh any positive thing that people try to argue about it. Like the negatives outweigh any positive people try to look for. Well, one of the main reasons it skyrocketed is because its number one use in at least the US is the fact that people use it to like cheat or do their work for them, whether it's in high school or college. I'll be in a lecture and the person next to me will have an AI window open and then some voice recording thing open, and they'll take the voice recording, put it into the AI thing, and have it write its notes. That same person will also be like, "Why did I fail my last test?" And I'm like, "I wonder why." So, always frustrates me. Hope I'm not keeping you up. It is currently 11:34 here. So it's probably like, if you're above Mexico, that's like a 3 or 4 hour time difference, I think. Mm. I know people need to learn to like live without it. So we grew up without it. So like we understand why it's not really a necessity for people to have, but there are people that are growing up with it. I feel like I don't even have the words for it at this point. It baffles me how people still use it and how they think it's okay when it clearly isn't, when the facts state that it isn't, when, oh, it's getting so much worse. It really is. And I'm happy that YouTube has put up this thing where they where people who use AI in their videos and don't make their own original content don't make any money off of it and they can't monetize their channel. But I feel like it's so hard for them to see what some videos are AI because of how bad it's getting. I also, I don't really like talking about politics, but I will say I wish that they'd lower the age limit on it. Like, isn't it 45 or something? You have to be 45 years or older to run for president. That doesn't really sound right to me. 35? I knew ahead of five. History class was never my strong suit. My brother is the one who likes history stuff a lot. So he's the one I go for any questions about that. But yeah, I think the oldest person who's Gen Z is like 27. Same here. My dad or like my nana, they'll just have the news on. Or I have a lot of family. They love to bring up politics. Like, I just don't like hearing it. Let's change the subject away from politics, actually. Sometimes it's hard to avoid it, yeah. And currently, there are a lot of things that we need to worry about. Yes, change subject. What's your favorite plant? Do you have a favorite plant? I know I have a bunch of plants here. I love ivies and aloe plants and sorry, Venus flytrap. Carnivorous the words carnivorous carnivore plant form. Yeah, it's so fun. Like, have you ever taken like an ant or something and fed it to a flytrap? You're not supposed to make them close without anything in them, because that uses up energy that they don't really have to spare. But it's always cool to like feed them. Uh, I've seen them for sale in like Tractor Supply or Walmart, and they usually take distilled water because water with minerals in they don't absorb the minerals correctly, so the minerals build up in the soil and doesn't do well with them. So usually you get distilled water for them when you're keeping them, and they don't take water often because you usually put them in like a container that's kind of like a greenhouse with little things. I was making my bed before. I told my parents I would do that. Let me move this. Move that out of the way. I could go on and on about plants, honestly, but in all reality, they are just really cool. And their role in the environment is always so interesting. Like how they like are always fighting with each other for resources, but are able to be a home for so many animals and insects. I'm not really one that's scared of bugs. Like I'll just pick up a spider, I'll go yoink, but they are wicked fun to learn about. I remember in my zoology class, we did it. Hi.
Can I look out the window?
Why?
The dog is-
Maybe me. I put my water bottle down and then he started barking.
Oh, you think it was you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There's nothing out there.
All
I
right.
could have told
Come
you
come
that.
here. Come on. That way.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.
Get to bed.
Sorry. Oh, that was my that hurt. I don't know too much about cockroaches, in all honesty, but they are cool. I've seen them for sale in the pet store as like food for well people's pets. And I've also seen that people raise them. I've always wanted to try raising mealworms. And there's a few designs of cool systems for raising mealworms. That's a cool cockroach fact, though. Tripped over Ricky again. Ricky. He's my deceased goose. But my parents made a pillow with his picture. That's just because people consider them a pest. Like dandelions, people consider those like a pest plant, and it's like, no, they're there because your lawn needs them there. Leave them alone. Dandelions are fun and should be treated with respect instead of chopped down. But then again, my dad likes to mow his lawn. Okay. That is a very annoying thing that is also very hard to go against because obviously there's people who are afraid and don't like the things they're afraid of. That's often hard for people to overcome. Like service animals. So people mix up the definition of service animal a lot. And we also got ESAs and uh, work animals. Fun fact, the only two species that can be a service animal are canines and mini horses. And they are trained very specially to do their jobs and tasks. Mini horses are often used in cases where people have mobility issues, such as fainting. The mini horse or mini pony will be a living crutch at times. Yes, mini horses, mini ponies. In the US, many animals can be legal ESAs. They don't have an exact standard. Um, you often need special registering, and they aren't really welcome into as many places as a service animal. Service animals are allowed to go anywhere, and if they're denied entry, then the animal can't be denied entry, the person can be denied entry. So if a person needs a service animal with them, they can deny entry for the purse, and the company doesn't want, or a business place doesn't want the animal in there. They have to deny entry for the person it's connected to. We did a whole unit in my infant animal science class about this topic actually. I feel like the term of ESSA is so like stereotyped. You don't need a dog stuffed animal or a certain brand of stuffed animal to have it be an ESSA, and you don't need to carry it around everywhere with you for it to be an ESSA. It can be any stuffed animal that brings you comfort. For instance, this is Flower, my childhood stuffed animal, and she's she has a hole in her. She is always there for me. So if you have any stuffed animal that means something to you, thank you. She's kind of looking wonky because she's old. But if you have any stuffed animal that can comfort you and mean something to you, that can be your ESA. Not ESA, ESSA. Sorry. Sometimes I don't say stuff right. Um, Hopefully you know what I mean. So whatever stuffed animal means something to you. It doesn't need to mean anything to anyone else. It doesn't need to look a certain way or follow some special definition. It is very, very centered around Douglas stuffies, which kind of pollutes the whole community in a way. I really like seeing creators talk about how you don't need to have a Douglas to have an ESSA. I like it when creators talk about that. Exactly. It's meant to be the ESSA is meant to be a stuffed animal that brings comfort to you. That is the definition of it. If people have like a Douglas dog or gear or whatever, and yes, if it brings you comfort, then it can be your ESSA. If you feel like you, if it brings you some good feeling to have this item with you and feel comforted by it, yes, it's good to have it. But if you're making videos about, oh, I have the rarest Douglas dog, oh, I have this gear, blah, 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 then you're not making videos about an ESSA at that point. You're making videos about a brand that you're obsessed with. Why? Because some societal norm or stereotype made you feel that way, or you feel that way about it. You can make videos about a brand you like, but it doesn't really do too well for the community to bring something like that into it. Uh, exactly. You're not talking about or contributing in any good way with the community if you're like bragging about something like that and making others in the community feel bad just because they don't have it. That's pure pressure. Peer pressure is a type of bullying. Okay. Oh yes. I'm gonna put the quilt on my bed next. That's your ESSA then. Like I said before, as long as it brings you comfort and support in some way. Many people name theirs too, which is also a common thing. But yeah, this is crooked. What? Sideways? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's a square. Sorry. Walking back and forth on my bed. Not on my bed, around my bed. Trying to make the quilt straight. One military corner. 2 military corners. They really are pricey. Trying to get my chest, sorry. This is a shirt. This is my phone. Go up there. This. I think we're gonna do my chicken blanket for my top blanket. Yeah, at least in having some form of good quality is good, I guess, because not a lot of things nowadays are made with quality in mind. You know what I mean? Sorry, my live is making me do a verification thing. There we go. It's like, something seconds, your life will end because there was inactivity. Yet we're chatting. Weird. That's good now. It's because they don't make them anymore. Like American Girl, for instance. I don't know if you know American Girl dolls. They retire dolls that aren't being purchased as much or kind of drop off in popularity. It opens up space for new items to be sold, new merchandise. kind of the reason any shop uh retires or stops selling stuff, make way for new stuff. That's cool. Happy early, happy birthday early, by the way. Yeah, that made sense. That's cool and nice that your sister would want to get you something like that, especially like we were talking about how pricey they are. You must have a very kind sister. Yeah, I collect quite a few things. Uh, like shiny stuff, masks, plants, craft stuff. Craft stuff I use, so it's not exactly a collection. Marbles. But yeah, that is a lot for a stuffed animal that's like that big, that big. Hmm. Okay, I'll just put my mask back on. Yeah, yeah. But see, they're expensive because the demand for them is high. When demand is high, price is high. Or when price is high, people think quality is better or they are special, and then they become trendy. And then usually that causes it to be high. Yeah, that's like high-end expensive for a mask that I see other creators selling for 60 bucks at times. That's like Opal is a wonderful creator and no hate towards her. So pricey. Um, oh, they do get snatched up so quick. I've seen people try to resell them for even higher of a price before, and then people go and buy them because they're like, I want an Opal mask. And then you get counterfeit the Opal masks, which I've also seen. It's crazy. It's crazy. Making masks is like an art form though. So it really does make sense. I'll see like her story go up and like less than 10 seconds later she goes, sold. And I'm like, wow, that was quick. Okay. La, 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 la. Okay. I'm gonna phone on the charger. Yeah, that makes sense. But the fact that it's an Opal mask is the main selling point for some people. Oh, this way. This needs to go downstairs. This needs to go downstairs. Hello. Okay. You would think that I've seen to get sold for higher than what Opal had sold them for. My bed's made. That's done. Okay. I feel like one of the last things I need to do is vacuum in here. So much dog fur and dust. Thank you. My meme made it actually. My meme is also the one who taught me how to sew. I like the blanket. It's a bunch of chickens. I can show you the pattern. Okay. Hi. We're back. Wow. We froze for a moment because I unplugged my laptop. Here's the pattern. See, it's this chickens on this egg pattern, and then this is a chicken wire pattern, and a different color of the chicken wire pattern. And rectangle, square, smaller square. Repeat. Yes, I love chickens. They're my favorite breed, or not breed, species of farm animal. My favorite category of farm animal is equine, however. My favorite animal is giraffes. As you can see by my shelf of giraffes, or two shelves of giraffes. It's hard to hold my laptop. And it's 12:05, so my phone's shut off. Parrots. Anywho, happy that my room's starting to come together a little bit. A little more clean, less stressing me out. Yeah. Uh-huh. Ooh, I know a little bit of chicken, like buruk means hello or what's up in chicken. Buruk, 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 buruk. It really has. I feel like gear isn't required for being a Therian. It's just like one way that we express ourselves. Then again, here I am wearing a German Shepherd mask. Not really an excuse though, more of a necessity since I don't like showing my face. This is the little hook for hanging it on a wall. I have a spot I like to hang it in my college dorm. I wish you luck with that too. I want to see it when it's done. It's probably gonna come out really well. My water's empty. Yeah, there are plenty of tutorials out there. Good. Saving the tutorials will help you find them later when you want to look at them again. I feel like you could do like a series on that. That would be a really cool series that I feel like people would love to see. That would also be an interesting way to start off a business in selling masks. Kind of sad reason for your mom not to like hyenas, but to each their own. Hyenas are so cool. I feel like their body structure is really interesting. The way their spine humps around where their neck goes down. And then when their scapulas connect too. That's getting into the anatomy though. Dancing, dancing to no music. They are cute. They got such a strong bite force as well though. That's what makes them dangerous. The bite force, not even the sharpness of the teeth. Just you break a rock with their jaws. Yeah, that's a little bit stereotypical of her. But like I said before, to each their own. You can't really change a set opinion that someone has because everyone has a right to their own opinions. I agree. They all have their place in life. I noticed it was crooked. Oh, foxes are such cuties. I have some friends who foxes are their favorite animals out there. I love foxes. I feel like if I was ever in the place to, I would adopt a fox. I don't think the fox would be allowed in the house though. Uh, but foxes, you can adopt them from facilities to help prevent them from being slaughtered. Like probably should have trigger warnings for that. Yes, it is legal to own foxes in many states. Uh, you'd have to check states. Some states don't allow it, but it's very good to rather than going and just finding a fox or finding a breeder. If you go to and like rescue them, you can rescue them from places that like abuse them and harm them and use them for only their parts. You can rescue them from those places, and that's always good. I think I do something with my hands. Yeah, I agree that having no permit is a little iffy because they can get rabies, and uh as an animal that eats meat, usually they're required to get a rabies shot at least once a year, and then once you get the once a year one, you can get the free year one the next year, and that'll last for years, and then you need the once a year one again, and then again you can get for years in the following year. They do have different needs in dogs, but the rabies shot thing is usually the same. Oh, space is really important. If you have an apartment, especially a smaller apartment or a dorm room, usually that, not usually, I'd say all the time, that is too small for an animal like that. You need like a home, a larger apartment, some form of outdoor space they can run around, or even an indoor space where they can run around, but still get time to walk and have fresh air. Room to play. Uh, Usually for most animals, you don't want things that they can eat, ingest, that isn't good to ingest. You want cords off the floor because they'll chew on it. Yeah. Really fidget. Keep messing with my hand. Yeah. I love taxidermy and vulture culture. I have a goat skull I found in the woods. My neighbor had goats, and they slaughtered some of them for me, and I think a coyote took a head in the woods. Or maybe they took a whole goat, and I only found the skull. But I found a goat skull, which is really cool find, and I have it in a plastic bag somewhere, and I still need to boil it and do the treatment for it. But it's cleaned of all organic matter that was on it, which is already good. I think there's just like some moss on it now, but yeah. Mhm. I hope to get a ethically sourced taxidermied foxtail someday. That's one of my goals for my like collection of dead stuff. I have some like bugs in my collection as well, like monarch butterflies. I have one I want to frame. And then over here I have it's a common tiger butterfly, but it's a mimic to the monarch, which is really cool. I can show you actually. See it? Very pretty. Jeez, yes. I have some of my Penny, she's so sweet. But when she lost her baby teeth, my parents were able to keep some, and I have those somewhere in my room as well. Beetles, oh, they have so many different colors. Like the green one, I like the green ones a lot for the beetles. You ever see the June bugs? They get stuck in our pool a lot. Or like in like water that sits in the yard. Um, they always have a weird shine to them, but they're fun to look at. And they also have the grabby legs, and they bite. That's another thing that people don't always realize. They do bite. Dung beetles, that's another good beetle. That's like a top tier beetle, actually, that people like. I feel like I ran out of water. So, yeah, easy and difficult. They have to ball it up, and then they roll it, and then they're just rolling around their food source. Which is odd because they could just walk to the next. They don't know when they're gonna find their next pile of poop, I guess. If you think about it, there's poop droppings that are already round, like bunny droppings or deer droppings. They could just roll that around instead of having to make their own ball. hmm Also, how do they make it into a ball? And how do they keep the shape if they're eating it? And if they find a fresh pile of poop, do they abandon the old poop ball and make a new one? Or do they add to it? Like refrigerator. And like you get groceries and then like you eat the older stuff first, but then you have the new stuff in there. Weird concept. Yeah, do they like make it a little firmer if they add dirt to it? It's okay. I can't spell either or read sometimes. It's weird. We'll talk. My mom said something today, and I just didn't understand her. I had her like repeat herself like 3 different times. Bugs are such interesting creatures and behaviors too. It's like, what do they have going on up there? Oh, not much. Basically, what they're genetically wired to do their whole life, and then it's like, but they do this, and then they can do that. Yeah, it's kind of part of them. Pardon me. They do, and then some of them that look similar, like the mimics, get the word exactly for it. Oh, I just went over this in Bio 412. I can't remember at the moment, but basically the lookalikes. Those ones are very interesting to me when they look similar. You ever see the one where it like flips up its butt and it's like the colors and it's like, yeah, yeah. I love doing the spider dance. You know, like the stick bug dance too. Stick bug, ruh, ruh, ruh. Or like the meme of the spider that's like, Steve is not my son. Wow. I think that's funny. They do look like sticks. They're appropriately named. Like, oh, walking into one of them on a branch is like walking into a spider web. Because then they just fall onto you. And it's not like a spider web where it gets like stuck on your like, it's like, "Whew, it's on me." And it startles you at first. So much like sticks. They're one of the perfect camouflages out there. They are what they're trying to camouflage into. They just are it. A stick. Actually, multiple sticks. More like a twig. They're like, blah. Bleh. Uh, a stick. It's moving. What was the first impression of a stick bug? Like the first recorded impression, was it like, hmm, I'm gonna do like the bushes thing. I'm gonna trim the shrubs. Clip a clip a clip. That one's tweaking out and moving on its own. Or like, oh look, there's something moving. Why is the stick moving? There's something moving. Why is that stick moving? Ha ha. It's so funny. Whoa. I've been told that Play-Doh is really salty when you eat it. I have never eaten it before, but I've been told it's like really salty. So I assume part of its recipe is salt. See, happy little accidents. Also, so little to amuse children so much. They don't need much to be amused. I don't need much to be amused. I'm playing with a pop it thing for the back of the phone and magnets on. Your mom ate it whole? Like, did you watch your mom eat it whole, or was it when she was like a child? That's a confusing sentence. Okay, okay. As a child, I feel like if you're an adult eating Play-Doh, you're just doing it for the bit at that point, or because you haven't had it before. But if the children eating Play-Doh usually makes sense because they don't often know better, or they do know better, but they want to rebel. Sometimes they do know better, but they still do it. Mmm, salty. Mmm, salty. Yum, 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 yum. I used to trick my brother into eating stuff when he was little. Like, I got him to eat mulch one time, and then proceeded to also get him to eat a stick. Never ate it again. Mold. Mold. It was moldy. I didn't even realize Play-Doh could get moldy. It usually just gets hard or like stiff, and then you can't use it because it's all crackly and stuff. Maybe the reason why some of my childhood Play-Doh was black was because of the mildew or mold that could have been on it. I thought I just mixed the colors. Hmm. It is like food. They probably use some ingredients like used in food because it is so salty. Probably some water contents too to give it the flexibility and ability to stick together well. Probably has a lot of salt in it because it's often described as salty. I'm gonna sit on my bed. There we go. This is fun. That makes sense. You can make crystals by taking like string or a stick or something and mixing like salt and sugars into water. Using sugar makes rock candy. That's how you make rock candy. You use some food coloring. You just like mix sugar into water. You put like string in it or a stick get a popsicle stick, and then let it evaporate. Let it sit there and evaporate with the like stick in it. And the crystallization goes onto the stick, and that makes rock candy. So it's just sugar, pure sugar. Fun to make. I personally don't like too much. Very sweet. Whenever I'm not busy. When am I not busy? Clean my room. Usually I'm working on something all the time, or I'm helping out family, or I'm doing schoolwork, or work, or hanging out with friends. Um, Personal hobbies. When I'm like alone, no one's home, I'll do like quadrobics in my room. I got my little puzzle mat down there. I like going to the gym. As a college student, we have a gym on campus, and my student ID gets me into the gym for free, which is good. So it's fun there. I like the elliptical machine. Yeah, I love biking too. I like going on bike rides or walks in the woods. I like playing games too, though. I like playing Minecraft. I haven't played Roblox in a while, but I've played it before. Among Us, I like to go back to that one sometimes. Don't usually have people to play with though often, unless my friends are in the mood. Like I've done like a Roblox, not a Roblox. I've done like Among Us sesh in college before, and then with the RA was like, "You're being too loud," and we stopped playing. So that was sad. Uh, I got a bunch of like games too, like Sheriff of Nottingham, Exploding Kittens, Unstable Unicorns, Ticket to Ride, uh, dice games. Cool that you do online school. What do you mean by like it's isn't like worksheets? Are you talking about like Google Sheets or I mean Google Docs or like Word? Uh, that makes sense. They're trying to give you the experience without the social aspect, I guess, because you're not with like friends in school. I have a friend who is homeschooled right now. We're like online schooled anyway. And yeah, that makes sense. During COVID, it was like that too. Yeah, you probably have to turn it in online too, because you're online. Sorry. Yeah, they probably want you at a desk or table in an actual chair. I had a teacher like that during COVID. I was reading my book on my bed during our free read period where we had to have our cameras on and we could mute our mics during this time, but we weren't allowed to go like somewhere else and read. We had to sit in our chair and read, which was boring. And I'm like, I'm reading. And she was like, sit in your chair, not on your bed. And I'm like, but it's comfy. Desks and cameras on. Yeah, they probably want a quiet environment, like parents away or something too. How's college? College is wicked fun. I love like the side quests you can go on, like different events that happen. I go to UNH, which is University of New Hampshire main campus, and it's really it is a party school. I have been to parties. Very interesting. I've scared people. Halloween is fun. Uh, you make a lot of new friends. Uh, room select. They got a lot of like different websites for different. I dropped different websites for different things, which is annoying. I myself applied to be an RA for next year, my sophomore year, which means I won't have to pay for a room or food plan. That would be such a lifesaver in all honesty, because wow, college is expensive. Pardon me. It is. And I feel like you're limited to online for making friends when you're stuck online, which is one of the reasons why public schools are pretty okay, I guess. A lot more restricting, though. You can't just get up and go get a snack whenever you want. So happy I'm done with high school. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of in-between time at my high school. We had like 4 minutes to get from class to class. Sorry, did I interpret it wrong? Sorry. No, it's okay. I don't blame you for anything. There's a magnet that sticks to my ring. I imagine having the work online might be, any work can be difficult depending on how you do with it, but I feel like besides not being able to talk to a teacher directly all the time, it is a little easier maybe. Yeah. How I wish I didn't have to do homework. Homework does not stop in college, but what does stop is the fact that they want to grade it. They don't really like grading stuff too much up there. Very slow graders oftentimes, and they don't give out as much work. That makes sense. If you don't finish it in class, then it's good to have time to do finish it out of class if you don't finish it in class, which makes sense because you want to get it done and you don't want to waste the class time that you have at hand. I assume so. They probably want to make sure you're there, because you're probably paying to do this online school thing. Well, they probably get worried about the fact that if you're missing class. Also, I assume they'd make you go to like a public school. Education is usually a requirement in the US, which is interesting because they don't do much for the education system. Mm, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to gain the credit for the class time you've already completed as well. Sorry. That makes sense. Good for you to have that, actually. I'm happy for you that you're able to do that. Yeah, I'd assume so. So you're lucky to have something like that as an option. Wow, it's been 3 hours. I've been live for 3 hours. That's interesting. A school building not being a school. Didn't they shut down PBS? Or am I thinking of something else, like the channel? I'm thinking of the TV channel with like the kids shows on it, I think. I don't know what PBS stands for what you're talking about. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I did I did state testing in person too. That makes sense. They kind of require you to be under surveillance for that. I remember I wasn't happy with my first SAT score, so then I redid it. Oh, they supply the technology you use, like a laptop or iPad and anything else you need. Oh, Wi-Fi. That's cool. That's good that they do that. I feel like that can help support people who aren't able to afford stuff like that or use stuff like that. That's actually really helpful of them to do for people. And that makes sense. It's something you're borrowing or renting per se, not owning yourself. So it makes sense that they'd charge you for damages because the thing would need to be replaced or repaired if it's damaged. That's cool. You're probably able to do a lot more with touch screen computer. I remember in high school, my Chromebook was touch screen. I used to draw stuff because it was an older model and had stylus. That's cool. Probably whatever you have at hand to utilize or log into is they'd be okay with because as long as you're making it to class, I feel like they should be okay with you using the thing. Yeah, having multiple monitors is also helpful. Usually businesses like to throw away older technologies, so if you go to one of them, you can get like a free monitor or something. That's what, like, if I ever want a monitor and I don't want to go pay for one, I'll go and be like to like my dad's work and be like, hey, do you have any monitors you're throwing out? Do you have any like mice or pads you're throwing out and such? And they'll be like, oh, these were gonna go into the dumpster or whatever. Here you go. So that's usually how I get my hand-me-down supply of technology. Or like pencils and paper to use and other other stuff you can utilize. That makes sense. That's good. This seems like a very good program that you're part of. Yeah, take notes. I feel like having paper notes and writing the stuff down, you often retain it more because you're putting the thought process in writing it down rather than when you're typing it out, you're just trying to listen and write down as much as possible. It's different for everyone. I know I'm a very visual learner, but when I take notes, I like them to be neat. So I'll often rewrite my notes into a separate notebook that they're for, like my animal science notes. I would write them down in class, and then when after class, I'd write them into my notebook. Helps you retain information better too. Yeah, like I say I like to make them neat, but even then, you gotta fit it all onto the page. Or I doodle. Oodles of doodles. Plenty of doodles. Depiction of something I can doodle down in the notes? I doodle it down. Oh, we're talking about this? Why don't I draw a little puppy next to it and be like, hey, look at this little dog. Yeah, random doodles. Yeah, you know what's annoying? When you're writing with like the ballpoint pen and then it doesn't want to write in the one spot you're trying to write, but then you do the scribble in the corner, it works perfectly. And then you go to write and it doesn't write. Very annoying. Public high school, in-person school. It was good. I weren't aren't allowed to use our phones. We only had 4 minutes to get from class to class. 25-minute lunch. Uh, like 4 classes a day and an advisory block. And that was high school. And then there's also like fights and random stuff always happening. I feel like the best year of high school is your senior year. It's when you feel the most free and you've almost escaped the system. I feel like in person is pretty fun. If you get like a good friend or two, it's you can have this tight group too, and many times that'll help you get through the year and the classes. And being able to take the classes that you're interested in will feel so much better than the required ones that the school forces you to take. Sorry to cut the conversation short, but I think I'm going to end the live stream now. Kind of nearly 1 o'clock in the morning for me, and I do have to get up by like 10 o'clock tomorrow. Um, it was nice chatting with you. I think I said this earlier, but you're a really nice person. No, it's not your fault. There's no need to be sorry. Thank you so much for chatting me. I feel like you kind of like uplifted my day. So I wish you a wonderful night. Okay? Good night. Good night, wonderful person. Good night, Scout. Good night.